There is a war that never makes the news. No soldiers, no sirens, just people waking up every morning, deciding quietly to fight one more day. That is the story of three of them. Ayesha. Ayesha stopped picking up calls somewhere around the 6 months. Not because she didn't love her friends anymore, but because every time she tried to explain the heaviness in her chest, someone would say, "You're just overthinking, you're too sensitive." So she learned to say, "I'm fine," faster than anyone could ask twice. What people didn't see was the numbness underneath. Some days she could not feel happiness even when good things happened. She could still feel sadness, though sadness always found a way in. But she learned to cry quietly in the shower, in the car, anywhere no one could ask or what's wrong and make her explain it one more time. She stopped going to gatherings, not because she did not want to see people, but because she'd sit in a room full of laughter and feel like every eye was on her, reading her, judging the mask she was wearing. Meet Daniyal. Daniyal took the first pill at 22. Standing in front of a bathroom mirror he couldn't look at for more than 5 seconds. Years later, people who loved him would still ask, "It's been so long, why is not the medicine working yet?" He never had a clean answer. The truth was complicated. The pills were not cure, they were survival. Something to quiet the panic attacks enough that he could get through a Tuesday. Some days they helped, some days they did not. That did not mean he was not trying. He was trying. What hurt more than the panic attack was the friends and family who used to say, "Come to me, talk to me, I'm always here." And then, months later, when he'd gone quiet, the same friends would say, "You know, you never call anymore, you isolate yourself. What's your problem?" He had no answer for that either. He was not avoiding them. He was just so tired of muting the noise on his own head that he had nothing left to explain it out loud. Meet Meher. Meher was the attention seeker of her friend group. That's what they called her. Sometimes behind her back, sometimes to her face. The truth was the opposite. Meher was the one who tolerated everyone else bullying, everyone else carelessness because she was too sensitive to say no. She gave and gave and gave. And when she finally set one boundary, when she finally pulled back 1 inch, the same people who took everything she gave turned around and called her creepy, too much, not fit for the party. Her goodness was used until it was inconvenient, then quietly set aside. She started avoiding gatherings not because she stopped caring about her family and relations. She still avoided. None of them are mean, none of them are hollow. None of them chose panic attacks. None of them chose numbness, panic attacks, or the mask they wear at every gathering. What people call social phobia, what people call too sensitive, this is not a character flaw. It's a nervous system trying to mute a noise that never stops, done by people who, underneath it all, are some of the most caring people you'll ever meet. The medicine was never a magic fix. Some days it helps the panic attacks. Some days it barely holds the line. That does not mean it's failing and they are not trying. Healing is not a straight line. And 12 years of trying is not 12 years of nothing. So, if someone you love goes quiet, Don't assume they have stopped caring. Don't ask why the medicine still isn't working. Don't call it drama. Don't call them hollow. Let them come back to you in their own time. And if you're the one in the storm right now, reading this and feeling seen for the first time in a while, your kindness was never wasted. Your sensitivity was never weakness. You are not too much. You were never too much. There are people who can listen without judging. I am one of them. Thank you for listening.